The chandeliers above the grand Aurelia Hall glowed like frozen stars. Crystal light spilled over marble floors, silk gowns, polished shoes, and faces trained to smile without meaning it. Every laugh was measured. Every handshake was a deal waiting to happen. This was not a place for warmth. It was a place for power. At the far end of the hall, behind a pair of towering white columns, Danielle Rhodes adjusted her grip on a silver tray. Her hands were steady. Her heart was not. She had worked charity galas before. This one was different. The money in this room could change countries. Oil tycoons, tech founders, royal advisors, people whose names never appeared on price tags because they owned the factories that printed them. And yet, Danielle was invisible. She moved quietly between guests, offering glasses of sparkling water and champagne. Eyes passed over her like she was furniture. A woman brushed past her shoulder without apology. A man snapped his fingers once when he wanted another drink, never looking at her face. Danielle did not mind. She had learned long ago that being unseen could be a kind of safety. She was 28, tall, calm, dark-skinned, with hair pulled into a neat bun. Her uniform was crisp and plain. No jewelry, no makeup beyond what the agency required. No one here knew who she was. That suited her just fine. Across the hall, a sudden hush began to spread. It moved like a shadow. Conversations thinned. Laughter faded. Phones slipped into pockets. Heads turned toward the entrance. Danielle felt it before she saw it. A presence. The doors opened wide. He walked in without hurry. Sheikh Omar al-Fayyis. He wore a simple white thobe, perfectly pressed, and a black agal resting on his head. No flashy watch. No rings. Just a quiet confidence that bent the room around him. This was a man who did not need to announce his power. The world already knew. Whispers followed him. That is him, the oil king, worth $40 billion. He bought a port last year like it was a coffee shop. Danielle watched from the side as the board chairman rushed forward, hand outstretched, smile stretched tight. Your Excellency, welcome. We are honored. The Sheikh nodded once. His eyes were dark, alert, unreadable. He spoke. Arabic flowed from his lips, deep and smooth, each word measured. The chairman froze. His smile faltered. He laughed lightly, glancing around. I am sorry, Your Excellency. English, please. The Sheikh did not repeat himself. He continued speaking in Arabic. The room stiffened. People exchanged looks. Someone whispered that the translator was late. Another whispered that the Sheikh was testing them. A third whispered that this was embarrassing. Danielle felt her chest tighten. She understood every word. The Sheikh was not greeting them. He was asking a question, a sharp one. He was asking where the donated fund from last year had gone. He named a figure, a very large figure. He asked why hospitals in 3 countries were still unfinished. No one answered. The chairman cleared his throat. A donor laughed nervously. An influencer lifted her phone, pretending to check messages. The silence stretched. Then the Sheikh turned slightly, his gaze sweeping the room. He spoke again, louder now. The question sharpened. Danielle swallowed. She was not supposed to speak. Staff were trained to disappear, to blend into walls, to never interrupt guests. But something inside her stirred. A familiar pool. The same one that had guided her through war zones, classrooms, and refugee camps long before she ever wore a serving uniform. She stepped forward. The tray in her hands trembled once, then steadied. She spoke, in Arabic, clear, respectful, perfect. Your Excellency, they cannot answer because they do not know. The funds were redirected through a secondary foundation registered overseas. Only 3 people in this room were aware. The sound that followed was not a gasp. It was shock. Every head turned. The chairman stared at her like she had grown another face. The influencers blinked. Phones lowered. A woman whispered, "Who is that?" The Sheikh slowly turned toward Danielle. For the first time since he entered the hall, his expression changed. Interest. You speak Arabic, he said. Yes, Danielle replied. Where did you learn it? From my mother, and from living in places where it was necessary to listen more than speak. The room felt smaller now. Dangerous. The chairman stepped forward, voice sharp. This is inappropriate. She is staff. The Sheikh raised one hand. Silence fell instantly. He looked back at Danielle. You said 3 people know. Name them. Danielle hesitated. This was the moment. The point of no return. She named them. The chairman. The treasurer. A man standing near the bar who had not said a word all night. Faces drained of color. The Sheikh listened without interruption. Then he smiled. Not a kind smile. A precise one. Thank you, he said. You may continue. Danielle stepped back, heart pounding. The gala did not recover. Security appeared. Conversations collapsed. The chairman was escorted away, shouting protests. The treasurer followed, pale and sweating. Guests began to leave early, murmuring about scandals and leaks. Danielle returned to clearing plates. Invisible again, or so she thought. An hour later, a man in a tailored suit approached her. The Sheikh would like to speak with you privately. Her manager protested. The man ignored him. Danielle followed. They met in a quiet side lounge overlooking the city. The lights outside shimmered like distant fires. The Sheikh poured tea himself. Sit, he said. She did. You knew about the funds before tonight. Yes. Why did you not report it? I did. To authorities. Twice. The files disappeared. He nodded, unsurprised. You chose to work here tonight, knowing I would attend. Yes. Why? Danielle met his eyes. Because powerful people listen to other powerful people. I needed you to hear the truth in your own language. Silence stretched between them. Then he laughed softly. You are not a maid. No. What are you? I used to work in international compliance. Financial ethics. I left after my team was threatened. Why serve tables? Because it keeps food on the table. And because people talk freely around those they think do not matter. The Sheikh leaned back. You embarrassed many people tonight. They embarrassed themselves. A pause. I am building a new oversight council, he said. Independent. Global. Untouchable. She waited. I want you to lead it. Danielle felt the air leave her lungs. That is not an offer people refuse. I'm not people, she said quietly. He smiled again. This time real. You will have full authority, full protection, and a salary that makes this room look small. And if I say no, then I will still expose them. But I would rather do it with someone who understands truth, not just numbers. Danielle thought of her mother, teaching her language by candlelight, thought of unfinished hospitals, thought of being invisible. She stood. I accept, on one condition. Name it. No immunity for donors. No exceptions. The Sheikh nodded. Agreed. That night, Danielle Rhodes walked out of the Grand Aurelia Hall, not as staff, but as a force. Within months, arrests followed. Foundations collapsed. Hospitals reopened. Laws changed. No headlines mentioned the Maid. They mentioned accountability. Years later, when asked how she rose so fast, Danielle answered simply. I spoke when silence was easier. Never underestimate the quiet person in the room. Courage and integrity do not need status to change the world. They only need the right moment and the strength to speak.